Thank you indeed for joining us on this second part of the show today. My name is Peter Wakaba, and we're essentially here in the studio with the newest CEO in town, Vinod Goel. He is the Jumia Africa's East Africa CEO, recently appointed. Actually, the announcement made here today, and his first stop, of course, being business today, and we are really honored to have you, sir. We want to talk about e-commerce in East Africa, the growth, the different markets, the differences in those markets, the dynamics driving that. And I think for me a good place to start is to get your take on the Kenyan market. You're CEO of both Kenya and Uganda, and what you'd consider the significant differences between those two markets.
Yeah. Thank you, Peter, for having me. Really excited to start, my beginning of the new role here with you.
Yes.
I also want to start with the impact we had because of the floods, and we very quickly wanted to play a part there. I'm quite saddened. I was based in Nairobi before I went to Uganda,
Yes.
and I know the roads, I know those villages, I know the cities which are in trouble, and very quickly we are working with Red Cross to play a small, humble part from our side. So we are working with them on a donation of the gumboots, which are highly required by the people who are helping the affected population.
Yes.
We are also identified a lot of relevant items in these times, like beddings, blankets, umbrellas, gumboots, etc., which we are also donating to Red Cross. And largely because Jumia is a digital platform, we are also giving a landing page for any people who want to donate things to the people who are affected. So you can come to Jumia, go to that landing page, buy the products which you want to donate to the people who are affected. And these are the few small things we are putting in place in these difficult times. Coming back to your question, so Kenya is a very interesting market for e-commerce. It is the number 88th in the world when it comes to the growth of e-commerce. So we are not lagging behind, with all the countries, but we are not at the forefront as well. That means there's a lot of work to be done as well.
So number 88.
Number 88. What does it mean is that, but when I see the consumers, I see Kenyan people are tech savvy, they are forward looking, they value the time and the convenience, and these are the real fundamentals of e-commerce growth. So if we have those kind of consumers, e-commerce is going to grow. When I come to sellers, who are the business owners and the people who are bringing different kind of manufacturing and the distribution business, I also see the same enthusiasm. They are quite forward looking. They know that e-commerce has been a bigger channel in some of the markets, and it is just a matter of time here as well. They also are adapting the technology very fast. So when I see both the seller side and the consumer side, the only thing I see is that we are just scratching the surface, and e-commerce is going to become a big topic.
In other markets, e-commerce is really, really big, like you really pointed out there. Uptake in parts of Africa, especially in our region, has tended to be in fits and starts, sometimes doing well, other times not really. What do you think is holding us back? What do you think we need to get right? For example, when you talk about the fundamentals, things like customer experience, trust, those sorts of things, it really takes quite a bit getting used to. Where do we start?
I think the customer experience part is quite good. I won't say it is the best we can have. We always want to improve the customer experience, and I don't think there is a day when we can say we are done. So it's a continuous process. In terms of blockers, I think there are few fundamental, and I won't say they are the blocker. We are in the journey. So mobile penetration, smartphone penetration, internet penetration, and the cost of transferring money, right, digitally. These are the fundamentals for people to use e-commerce. And I think if we look at all those fundamentals, the fintech side is very good in Kenya. The cost of transacting money is becoming negligible, and hence people are not worried about it. Smartphone penetration and internet penetration, we are still below 50%. Smartphone penetration is just 55%, and internet penetration is 48%. I think these are the numbers, but they are growing aggressively. Every year they are growing. So we are going all in the right direction, and hence it is going to get better. I think you touched a very interesting part, is the trust.
Yes.
So when you are a first-time consumer, like we were also a first-time consumer at some point of time in our life, we have that hesitation of, hey, I'm spending the money, will the item come or not? How will I return it? I think I would like to clarify is that you can, without any hesitation, order on Jumia. Your product will be delivered to you. You have 7 to 14 days to return those items. So there is no problem, even if you just say change of mind, and you can return the item. So there is not a blocker. Plus, you can order the item first and then pay. If you have that kind of hesitation, we are so confident about our assortment and prices and quality that we are offering cash on delivery, full refund, those kind of services, and hence we really want to build that trust.
So one of the things that drove the aspects of trust, and one of the reasons I was asking that, is because we even had a culture where we'd have memes online, the what I ordered versus what I got.
Correct.
And for a long time you'd see these caricatures of this is what it looked like online, and this is what it's looking like now. What does organizations such as yours, what do they do to sort of verify the merchandise that will get to the consumer vis-a-vis what has been advertised?
No, it's very interesting. You know, most of these memes which come, they are the exceptions. So 99.9% of the items are delivered fine. And there are not many people who say, hey, I received the item which I ordered. But if you have one item out of 1,000, it becomes a big thing. So I think the percentage of the exceptions are very small. Now going back to the process, everything which comes through Jumia warehouse is checked. So there is no doubt about it. Then even the things which are delivered directly by our vendors, they actually are not completely directed. We sort those items. So we touch those items at some point of time, and we also look at the quality. Now what happens is that some customers, some sellers have reached a maturity where we do not check their items. There are very small percentage of such sellers, unfortunately, but we do not check them because they are consistently doing good. And in those cases, you can have 1 or 2 cases where we have those exceptions that you ordered something and something else came out. I think these are the ones which become the noise. But I think in terms of quality control, Jumia is pretty solid.
So just one more thing on that aspect. So that when you look at the advert that Jumia will then present, and you might find that like I had an instance on different platform, Chinese, where this person was selling 3 items, nest egg pans in a set, and very low price. And when you order, just one tiny pan arrives, and then you ask, but this is 3 pans, and they say, but small print, just 1 pan selling. So then do you as an organization have the capacity to then vet both the print and what's displayed vis-a-vis the product that will be sold?
Yes, absolutely. No, I think we have a very serious team who works on the content. We call it a content online, which means the images of an item and the description of the item and how much the shipping fees for that item and what are the warranty terms. So we really pay attention that these 4 things are super clear. So we are actually overwrite about this. So if you go on a product on Jumia, you will see a description of almost 1 full page where we want to clarify what is in this package, what the item looks like, what is it good for, what is it not good for. So I think we do our bit, but it is a continuous battle because you're also dealing with millions of items. So if you go on Jumia today, on Jumia Kenya or Jumia Uganda, you will see multiple million items, and we are confident for 99.99, and we always working hard to get to the 100.
Let's talk then about the fact that we see lots of many different organizations here, large, small, trying out their own aspects of e-commerce. You've seen supermarkets with their own platforms. We've seen people selling many different things. Out there, we've seen organizations like Amazon and others trying to bring together people by being a marketplace where people can come and sell their goods. What benefit would it be for me as a seller, person mainstream, for example, running one of the large multi-chain stores in Nairobi? Why would I get into a deal to sell on Jumia, not just develop and push my own stuff on my platform?
So your question is that why they should come on a marketplace instead of developing their own online platform?
Are there any efficiencies? Are there any, for example, maybe price will be better, those sorts of things?
I think the biggest point here is the word itself, marketplace. So what is a marketplace fundamentally is the place, like if you really go in the offline world to draw an analogy, Luthuli is the place is the marketplace.
Yes.
Why it is a great marketplace?
Yes.
Because thousands of people come there. So if tomorrow you construct another line and call it Luthuli, you will not have those thousands of people coming there. I think that's the biggest difference. Jumia is there for 12 years on the continent, in the country, and it has taken us almost a decade to make sure that we have thousands of people coming in. So Kenya's, we call it daily active users and monthly active users. These are more than 100,000 people come on Jumia Kenya every day. More than 1.2 million people come on Jumia Kenya every month. This is hard to replicate. So you can launch your platform, you have the products. How are you going to build the market? How are you going to bring people there? And that is the biggest challenge. Sometimes I also see the businesses, hey, yeah, you have an application, I'm going to bring my own application. It is very hard task for you to get downloaded your application installed on the mobile phones. Hard, very hard. The cost of building an application is probably $5,000.
Yes.
The cost of getting it downloaded on 1,000 phones is probably $500,000. And those are the challenges which businesses will face, and hence marketplace is something which has everything. The people are there, it is installed on millions of phones, the assortment is given, the quality is given, the returns are given, the logistics is sorted, the payment is there.
Yes.
Who would like to do all this hard work
by themselves
to build it itself?
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Let's move to the fulfillment aspect. And when Jumia started out, it would take several days, sometimes even a week, to deliver your stuff. What's that like now? What sort of progress has been made?
A huge progress has been made. We understand that every day customers have the small amount of time for everything, right? So I think we went from the days of 5 to 7 days to the farthest area in Kenya, and we have come to 3 to 4 days. So the farthest corner of Kenya would be 4th day, but all the other areas are covered in 3 days. Mombasa is on 2nd day, and Nairobi, I would like to emphasize, it is next day. So if you order anything till the evening 6 to 7 p.m., it will be delivered next morning to you. So that's how fast we have become. And again, as I said, we are not saying that we have done it. We are continuously working on it, and we want to reduce the lead time.
Then with all those synergies, then why isn't the marketplace bigger in Kenya, so to say? Because we have millions of people with mobile phones. You'd expect that more people would be happy to enjoy this convenience. You'd expect that many people would be experimenting, trying to see what this would be like vis-a-vis what they're doing now. Why isn't that the case?
Yeah. So I think interesting question. I think we touched base in our second question where you said what are the challenges. So those challenges of internet penetration itself, it's 50%. So 50% of people are not there while they are buying offline. Same thing with the smartphone. Same thing with the trust. So I think these are the fundamentals we are continuously working on. Nonetheless, the growth is there. We are seeing every day, every month, year on year, we are seeing more and more people coming, and we are seeing more and more people buying more frequently. So if last year somebody would buy 2 times in 90 days, now we are seeing that person is buying 2.5 times or 3 times in 90 days. So the repurchase rate is increasing significantly.
Yes.
I think it is a matter of time.
Yes.
We are also working very hard to bring huge assortment. So yesterday, if you were not able to find toys and a fridge at the right price, today you will find it. So we are working on our fundamentals of bringing the lots of products in across the category at the right price, delivering them faster, making our operations seamless, the customer experience is getting better. All these things are driving the growth, and I think it is
my final question. I think you're the 5th or 6th CEO in a line for Jumia recently. Why the musical chairs? What can we expect? So I think it is in an industry like ours, which is very dynamic. I think it is inherent to that kind of industry for growth, both for the company and for the individuals. So I won't single it out that there is any particular reason about it. So it is part of the game which continues.
I agree that stability of the leadership is super important. I think we will get there. I think we are working on it. So yeah, we are looking forward to have a more stable leadership. But I think it is more of the nature of the industry where it is sometimes required.
Are there any special things driving the various categories of sales, especially knowing that it has been said that Kenyans have peculiarities? So maybe you're saying toothbrushes flying off the shelves or that sort of thing. What's driving business?
I think one category which amused me when I compared with Uganda is beauty. Is beauty and fashion category is something which is very solid in Kenya. We also have a great offering on that side.
Yes.
So I think that is one category which is super interesting, and we are always eager to work with the brands, both very big established brand but also the new brands, and hence we are able to bring a lot of assortment.
Yes.
And we work always in the campaigns. So right now we are entering the Jumia anniversary campaign. Jumia is celebrating its 12th year, and we are very proud of that, of completing very successful 12 years. And this Jumia anniversary, we are bringing deals across the category. Beauty is definitely one of the categories. The discount will be ranging from 20 to 50%. A lot of other offers. You will be stay tuned on our flash sales where the products will come at great prices and to delight our customers.
Okay, indeed, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Unfortunately, we are at the end of this conversation, but quite interesting insights there into e-commerce. Of course, knowing that the business continues to change and is quite dynamic. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, on that note, as well, we want to bring business today to a close today. It has been a blast having you here. But of course, remind you that we'll be back for KTN Prime Business later on in the day, in the subsequent bulletins. But the news continues here on KTN News. Do continue to enjoy the rest of your viewing. My name is Peter Wakaba, and kwaheri ya kuonana.